Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm so excited for this bike today. This is a 2020 690 Enduro R that I bought 4 weeks back, and I got it from a guy, and the price of the bike was actually lower than the average price in the market. But the bike was not in a rideable condition, so I had to do a lot of maintenance work and other stuff to it. And finally, today I finished everything. And honestly, I mean, this rides like a dream. So, let me quickly run through all the things that I did to the bike. So, I changed the front tire and I did it myself. All the work that has gone into this bike is everything I did it on my own, looking at YouTube videos, looking at things on the forum. But I didn't ask anyone for any help. I just read the available information which is already in there and did everything. So new front tire, this is the Tusk D Sport cheap tire, 56 bucks, and I put that on myself. And I bought this LED headlight from Amazon, some brand. It was like about 60 bucks, and this is a really, I wasn't expecting much, but I actually tried it, and I'll post pictures how good the headlight is. We have to see like how long it will, like the longevity of it. I just installed it, and in my initial test it seems to be quite bright and works great. I also changed, like, one of the turn signal indicators was broken, so I replaced them with the Tusk LED turn signals. These are the small ones, so when you lay your bike down, the chances of them breaking is less. Then, as you can see, I have the D Flex Pro handguards. I also installed them. I also have this Tusk branded to add a little bit of bling, that orange. Also installed Oxford heated grips right here, and then your quad lock mount. I also changed the screws on the collar screws because they were all rusted. So all the screws that were rusted, I basically ended up buying them from Rocky Mountain ADV and replaced them. Also installed these double tech mirrors. What else? I did a radiator flush, brand new coolant. I did also installed a new battery, new spark plugs, new brake oil, new clutch, and what else? I bought this, installed these case savers in here. I installed this rear rack. I also bought the Tusk Highland X2 bags, the rackless bags for it. It has a rear sprocket, brand new rear sprocket, front sprocket, chain guard or case saver, chain guard, and then also the case savers, and then this gold X-ring chain, and then it had a bunch of errors, like for which the check engine light was on, because it has a Rottweiler kit, and it also has the wings exhaust. So the previous owner had done some work on it, and he had unplugged the O2 sensor, and then also the SAS, the charcoal, the SAS pump, because SAS or valve. Because of that, it was throwing some errors, and one of the spark plugs had mud in it. So I think the bike was in water for some time. So that was also giving like a spark plug error. So I changed out the spark plugs. I also changed the oil, and then I realized that at 7,000 miles it's also due for a valve inspection. So I did the valve inspection, and all the valves were within the spec, but because of the valve inspection, I lost some of the oil, and I had to redo the oil change. When I did the oil change, I actually changed all the oil screens as well. I changed the air filter. I put a lowering link as well. It didn't lower the bike that much, it just lowered it by half an inch, and that's good enough for now. It came with the seat concept seat, and I don't know, there's always still a gap. Tried removing some of the grommets and trying to lower it further. I have to look into that. I also dropped the forks down a little bit. It's all, and then I also installed these WP stickers. I have a decal kit in order. I'm going to install that, and a couple of small other mods. And then the bike was absolutely dirty, like everywhere. So I washed and cleaned, and I can show you what I did was even interior, because I did like, as you can see, I had washed and cleaned. I removed the airbox for the valve clearance check, and when I was doing that, I made sure all the interior of the bike was also clean and spotless. I changed all the fuses that were blown. So right now, I mean, there was a lot of work, and I also checked the mounting bolts for, the gas tank. The gas tank is in the back, and there's some issues where if you were loading it up, like carrying a lot of luggage, then the lower mounting and as well as the upper mounting bolts might break. Rally Raid pre-run, they make aftermarket bolts which is stronger, stainless steel and rust proof. I actually opened them and inspected them, and the stock ones are good. There is no wear and tear. Eventually I may actually also buy and replace those bolts. Yeah, and there it is, 7,000 miles on the Odo. Now I mean, so far, when I bought the bike, it was running really rough. It didn't impress me. The guy, like everybody says that this is like a monster, too much power, because in terms of weight to power ratio, it's amazing. 70 horsepower and weighs 350 pounds. I mean, it can't get anything better than that. But in the way I got the bike, it was running really rough. The check engine light was on, it was running hot. It didn't had enough power. It felt like it was bogging down, and it was a lot more vibey. But after everything that I did to this bike so far, this today rode so well. Like, I got so excited that I went to my friend's place to show him and asked him to try it out and see. And I rode about 10-15 miles, and it's super smooth on the road. So overall, I mean, I'm so happy and excited. It was a lot of learning for me because I had never done a valve check on my own. I've never done, I also did the suspension sag setup, all the clicks and everything, also the wiring that was required, and then reading the check engine codes. Because if you have a brand new bike and then you remove something, it's easier because you know what you are doing. When you buy a bike with the canister removed and other stuff done to it, it's kind of harder. And also the Oberon clutch, the slave was actually replaced from the stock Magura to an Oberon, and it was leaking. So I had to fix that leak. I changed the gaskets, I changed the O-ring. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything I did to the bike, and it's running like a dream right now. So far I'm loving it. I just wanted to make this video and share it with you guys so that you guys can also be part of my excitement. That's all, guys. That's pretty much everything. uh, Ride safe, and I will hopefully ride with you sometime.